Right, this is a second recording because I'm actually going to put this at the beginning of my video and then you can go on to watch my video. Realised when I got to the end and said goodbye that I hadn't actually given my weight results this week, so you're getting them at the beginning. I weighed in this morning at 9 stone 10.5. That's a loss of £2. Okay, this is just a little pre-bit to my video. Cheers, bye. Good morning, it's Friday the 21st of May 2021 today. And to kick off this video, I'm just going to show you something that we treated ourselves to this week. I'll tell you why we treated ourselves to it. We've done it to try and cut down on our plastic waste. Because I buy a lot of fizzy water, by the end of the fortnight our wheelie bin is half full of bottles, even though we flatten them. And it just seems such a criminal waste. So we thought we'd invest in a soda stream. Now Joe's not big on fizzy water, but you do like this, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and demonstrate it. Now bear with me because a blind demonstration is probably not the best thing, but I will try and demonstrate it. We also bought ourselves two 500 litre bottles. No, 500 millilitre bottles. Because it comes with 1 litre bottle. The cost of the soda stream is £69. We've bought it with our own money. It's not something I'm reviewing. It's something I'm just sharing with you because it's been part of my week and I've really enjoyed it. So, what I'm going to do first is put the top in my pocket so I don't need it. Yeah, here we go. Right, so at the front of the machine you've got a little straw which is what carbonates, what puts carbon, whatever, into the water. So you put your bottle up to that straw, onto the lever, and it just presses in and back like that. It's really simple. On top there's a button. You press it between 2 and 7 times depending on how fizzy you like your water. So, I'm generally a number 4. And then you just remove your bottle like that. You heard the air, the carbon, what's it, monoxide, dioxide, whatever. Screw your top on and you've got a bottle of fizzy water. Now the other thing I treated myself to was some of this syrup, which is a Diet Coca-Cola syrup. I think you put 1 cap of the syrup and stir it into your bottle after you've put your water fizz in, not before. And it makes a calorie-free version of a pop, shall we say, that tastes like Diet Coke. So yeah, I'm excited to try that. The syrup came from Asda and it was £4. The 2 500ml bottles were from Amazon. The soda stream was from Amazon and the 2 500ml bottles were just over £10. Right. The next thing that we've been really enjoying, well I've been really enjoying this week, is a new healthy extra B that I found. It's Dorset Simply Nutty Muesli. Now I love muesli, but I don't like currants and I don't like raisins. So usually I buy muesli, I look at what weight I can have as a healthy extra B, then I pick out all the raisins and I pick out all the currants and then I think, am I still right weighing that as a healthy extra B because I've just taken half the ingredients out, so it doesn't really make sense anymore. But this one, which is just basically nuts and seeds and dates, tiny chopped up dates, and I think some barley flakes, it's absolutely delicious. And it's 40 grams for a healthy extra B. And what I do is I mix it with a, what's that quark called that I have, Joe?
The Lindor's Kvarg.
Lindor's Kvarg quark, which is half a sin on plan. And I generally mix it with the white chocolate or the stracciatella because I'm not into fruit quark. But oh my goodness, it's worth getting out of bed for in the morning because I am really, really getting up, looking forward to and enjoying my breakfast. The other things I want to show you, these we bought about a month ago and we've been using them and trialling them to see whether or not we actually thought they were worth using before we showed them. And it was quite funny because after we'd had them a while we got an email from the company we bought them from saying, if you will give us a positive review on these mats, we will give you a £10 Amazon voucher. I'm being totally transparent here. Now we used them and used them and used them before we responded to that, because we wouldn't give them a positive review if they were crap. But they're not crap, they're brilliant. You get 2, and they're for the bottom of your circular air fryer. So the air fryer we have is a Tefal Fry Delight. They fit it perfectly. We got that on the recommendation of a lovely lady who we've become friendly with on this channel called Susan. She recommended the air fryer and we love it. But these make such a difference because your food sits so well on them. The air comes up through them because they're perforated, and they are so easy to just throw in the washing up and clean. Yeah, you get 2 for, I think, about £11, again from Amazon. I'm not advertising for Amazon. I'm not recommending these just because somebody sent them to me. I actually bought them and I trialled them well before I gave them an excellent review. And I wouldn't have done that unless I genuinely believed they were worth it, because I'm nobody's fool. What did he say? There's no fool like an old fool? But I don't know. I'm not easily impressed and conned by stuff, and I certainly wouldn't give anything a good review unless it was worth it. So that's that. Right. This week, the weather's been atrocious, but we've walked every day, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah.
So I'm back to my normal walking routine, feeling so much better than I did last week. Had no soya this week and I'm fine. So it obviously was the soya that was bothering me. So we've had some really good walks. We've walked most days at some point in pouring rain. But I don't resent that, because I know that even though it doesn't aid my weight loss necessarily, it aids my genuine... No, getting my words mixed up. Let's start again. Even though it doesn't aid my weight loss necessarily, it aids my health levels and my fitness levels and keeping my joints moving and everything. So it's been a good week for walking. But one morning this week, before we went walking, I think it was Tuesday, we decided to go into the city. We needed to go and do some banking, and Joe's bank is in the city centre. We don't have one in our town. So it's the first time we've been into the city since August last year. And everybody knows I live quite near Nottingham, and I have to say I could have cried in our city centre. It's awful. It's so sad to see it. I mean, I know I don't see it. I see it through Joe's eyes and whatever. But we walked in from the railway station and there's so much demolition work going on because one of our big shopping centres has closed due to old age and is being demolished. And you walk in and then you come out, you have to go through this shopping centre that's been demolished, and you come out into what's called Listergate. Listergate used to be a thriving walk-through street. What's the word I'm looking for? Pedestrianised street. Nearly every shop on there is closed. Even one of the we had 2 Marks and Spencers in Nottingham. We had the big one with the food and the clothes, and then we had another big one which was furniture, towels, bedding and cafe, etc. It's gone. It's just, I was speechless, and Joe was like, so-and-so's gone, and so-and-so's gone, and so-and-so's gone. You know, clothes shops that the young people use, and I was speechless. Honestly, it's just dead. It's so sad. When you get up past Marks and Spencers, you walk through to what we call Slab Square or the Market Square, and the big we've got a massive Debenhams, of course that's gone. And you think, what on earth could they put in there? It's huge, you know. And walking around our Market Square, up East Market Hill, if you know Nottingham, and Birds the Bakers has gone, and what's that cafe place that was on the corner? Pret-a-Manger. One of the Pret-a-Mangers has gone, and some of the telephone, mobile phone shops have gone, and you think, this can't just be COVID. Well, I know a lot of it is because people have not been able to carry on retail businesses in the city, but it was so sad to see. Anyway, we did our banking, and then we decided to walk up past my hairdresser's, which is actually a barber's. It's if you know Nottingham, I go to a place called 28 on Pelham Street, and it's usually somewhere you need an appointment, but we walked past and I said to Joe, just look in the window and see if Jason's there, and I'll stick my head in the door and ask him if he'll cut my hair. And he wasn't there, but a lovely lad called Lee cut my hair for me. And I have to say, do you know, just having a haircut has made me feel so much better. we've been cutting my hair, haven't we, Joe? Joe's been more or less cutting the back and the sides, and I've been cutting the front for the last 9 months. And while it was okay, and it didn't feel too bad, it was losing its shape because my hair at the back is really, really short. Let me see. Right, really short and really layered. And I have it cut with like hand razors. And I was losing it. And I was getting up in the morning and I was having my bath and I was washing my hair and everything, and I was just feeling a mess. And just to have my hair cut, you know, made me feel so much better about myself. Anyway, we did that, and then we were walking back to the station and popped into Marks and Spencer's to get my mum something for Una for her birthday. And while we were in there, I said to Joe, I'm just going to look at some casual, comfy trousers for the summer, because I'm getting a bit past jeans, I think. I've got so many pairs of jeans. Most of them are a bit tight at the moment, if I'm honest. And I'm just like thinking, do women wear, because I can't see what other women are wearing, but do women wear jeans all the way through the summer? I've got some cut-off ones, they're okay. I've got some denim shorts, they're okay. But do we really wear jeans? You know, like, I mean, most of mine are like skinny jeans, so they're tight. And they're always really tight on my calves, because compared to the rest of my legs, my calves are quite big. I think it's all the walking I do. But do women really wear heavy denim jeans all the way through the summer? And I thought, well, maybe not. So while we're in Marks, we'll have a look at trousers. So to cut a long story short, went into Marks and I was on a bit of a downer about the weight I'm carrying at the moment. And I thought, I'm going to have to buy 2 pairs of trousers. I'm going to have to buy the 10s I would usually buy and a pair of size 12s. And take them home and try them on, because everybody's saying at the moment no changing rooms are open, etc, etc. So this lovely, lovely young woman in Marks gave me a hand to find what I was looking for. And I was like, my problem is, I think I'm between size. I'm definitely a 12 waist, but the rest of me I'm not sure, because I'm carrying like 1.5 stone extra weight. And I was honest with her and I said this, and I just found the trousers I wanted, the 2 pairs of trousers I wanted, and then I said to her, but I'm going to have to buy them in 10s and 12s because I need to take them home to try them on. And she said, we've opened our changing rooms today. Oh my God. I never thought I would be so grateful to be able to try some clothes on in a store, because the thought of having to buy 4 pairs of trousers to then have to go back another day and take some either 2 or 4 pairs back was a pain in the bum. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what she found for me. I am officially top heavy, because when it comes to trying clothes on, and I genuinely thought I would need to buy a 12 in the trousers, the 10s still fit. I put the 12s on, didn't I, Joe, first? And I looked like a clown in baggy pants, didn't I? They just hung off my hips, my bum, the top of my legs. So the weight that I've put on, kind of the 1.5 stone extra I'm carrying today, is officially all on my top half. I can feel it. I can definitely feel it on my back, on my boobs, on my arms. But the bottom half of me hasn't really changed. So we found these trousers, which are, they're called, I think they are 10, aren't they, Joe? Does it sound right?
Yeah, it does.
These are called Tapered Leg Trousers, and they are they've got pockets, they are so light and so comfortable. Now I have to buy short Marks and Spencer's trousers, they're perfect length on me. If I buy their cropped trousers, which only come in one length, they're ankle braces on me because I've got little dinky short legs. But these, so comfortable. Now they've got a draw cord at the waist. It doesn't pull them in that much because they're kind of elasticated. Many times on my videos I've said I never ever want to buy elasticated waist trousers, for the simple reason that I need to be able to tell if I'm gaining weight. I had a conversation with a lovely friend a few weeks ago and I was saying the same thing, you know, can't get into quite a few of my jeans, are too tight in the waist, massive muffin top, etc, etc. I think a lot of us know that feeling. And I said I won't buy anything that has an elasticated waist of any form, because I know that I could grow a stone and they still fit me, because my waist is the problem. And she said to me, look Jane, she said, I'm a size 12 and I have been like all my adult life. And I would buy trousers that had elasticated panels at the side or at the back, or I will buy something like this. Because she said a size 12 is a size 12. You can't go up to a 14 or 16 and still wear a size 12 trouser. You can't be a size 12 or 14 and still wear a size 10 trouser, because the rest of the trouser won't fit. It's not just the waist. Now I need an extra inch in my waist, because I would say I am a good inch and a half over a size 10 in the waist, but I'm not in the hips because I go straight down. So those, £29.50 from Marks, and they're a tapered leg trouser, and they just feel, I don't know what you describe the fabric as. They're not linen, because I looked at a lot of linen ones and I don't like the crease that you get in linen. So, but they are really a nice fabric. Now the next pair that I found, that the lady found for me that I liked, and there were lots of pairs that I didn't like. There was some that I was like, oh my god, who'd wear those? There was a pair of really nice like cargo pants, but then they came right up at the front of the waist and they had like frills and frilly panels, and I'm definitely not a frilly girl. And like those frills would have been up over my boobs, ladies. So these cargo pants, these are a size 10 short again, but these have got just an elasticated panel across the back and they're flat at the front, which I think is a more flattering look than having things that are ruched up across the front. I don't really need that. Again, £29.50. These are a bit heavier, so they'd be great, you know, through the spring and the summer. They've got the cargo pant pockets on the legs, which I wasn't sure about, but they seem to sit in the right place. And then they've got a loosely cuffed bottom, which is really comfortable. And these are like a heavy cotton, but slightly soft in the fabric. As I say, again, £29.50. So I think for Marks and Spencer's, that's a fair price these days. Most of their trousers seemed around the sort of 30-35 mark, or 25 to 35 mark. Anyway, when we were looking at those, the only colour that they had in my size, a 10 short, was the navy. But when we got home, Joe went online and ordered a pair in grey and another pair in khaki. So I'm well set up for my walking. If I get soaking wet, at least I've got dry trousers for later. I can't tell you. I mean, I've been struggling with my weight over the last few months. Not struggling with the plan, struggling with sticking to the plan, struggling with wanting to stick to the plan, struggling with being motivated, and struggling with not indulging myself. I think, like I said before, most of us know these same things. We often go through the same sort of scenarios, don't we? I mean, people who've needed to lose weight for most of their adult life will know all the pitfalls and the successes, will know all the tweaks, the twists and the downfalls, and I'm no different to anybody else. But this week I have made more of a conscious effort when I've stuck to the plan, and I haven't stuck to it all week, I'll be honest with you. But when I've stuck to the plan, I made it more of a conscious effort to do my A's, to do my B, and to eat up to 15 sins. And I know I bang on about that, and I know people probably get sick of hearing it, but I do think for me it's a crucial part of the plan. I've vlogged my maintenance journey for 5 years, or the best part of 5 years. I didn't get to target by reducing my A choices. I mean, firstly, when I was on the plan, it was 1 A choice, now we get 2. But I didn't get to target by reducing my A choices, by skipping my B choices or halving my B choices, and by having 5 or fewer sins. I got to target by having everything the plan entitled me to. And I firmly believe that the reason I struggled latterly, before I went totally off whack, the reason I was struggling latterly was because I was trying to cut down. Oh, I'll only have 1 A choice today. Oh, my B choice is this, but I don't want that. I'm only going to have 6 sins today. The maximum, I wasn't having over 10 sins. And that put me in a totally different place where it was actually becoming hard work. Now, don't get me wrong, weight loss is hard work. I think it's hard work for most of us that have had weight problems over the years. Might not be for somebody who's just gained a bit of weight after having a baby and then wants to get it off because they've never carried a huge amount of weight. They haven't got all those empty fat cells, have they? But for most of us, it's hard work. It's a long journey with no destination because we're never going to get somewhere and then stay there really easily. It's always going to, it's rain on the windows, it's always going to be something we have to work at continually. We may fall down for a while and then pick ourselves up again, but we'll always have to work at this. But when I got into a place with Slimming World where, well, clever clogs, you know it all, you become complacent and you start to, if I only have 7 sins a day, I'm going to do better. Well, it worked the opposite way for me because the more I tightened it up, gosh, it's pouring. The more I tightened it up, the harder it got to keep the weight off. So going back into it this week and trying to actually be more disciplined, shall I say. I'm focusing again on only eating food I really love. I'm focusing on not shortchanging myself. I'm focusing not on just living on speed, actually respecting free food because free food works. And I'm eating better and more varied things, and I'm using my sins a lot in my food. Like this week we've been eating a really, really nice plant-based lasagna, an Asda one. Now it's 6 sins, or is it 6.5? It's 6.5 sins. It's lovely, you know, and I put something, I'm just like, it's topped with ciabatta crumbs and it's tasty and it's filling. Now, at one time I would never have dreamt of eating some 6 sins for a lasagna. I would rather make my own that's free. Actually, when you work out the calorie value, which I haven't got a clue about, but it's probably the same number of calories as if you made your own, but it's so much tastier. Then yesterday I had something called dirty fries, again in the Asda plant-based range. Now that was 6 sins. The lasagna is 6.5, the dirty fries were 6 sins. So you've got this tray of what were more like chip shop chips than any chips I've had in a long time, topped with a vegan cheese and tomato sauce and chilies. And oh my God, it was delicious. 6 sins for something as delicious as that. If you'd been a meat eater, you could have stuck some meat with it or whatever. I chose to just have it as it was. But honestly, I wouldn't have eaten something like that 6 months ago because I would have been, oh no, I'm only planning to have 7 or 8 sins today. I'm not going to use 6 on one thing. Now, I don't use sins on crisps and chocolate and that kind of thing. I only eat those things when I'm off plan. That's the difference. I still have a line straight down the middle. This side is eating healthier and eating my sins in my meals. This side is being totally off plan and not giving a damn. That's when I eat chocolate. That's when I eat crisps, cake, biscuits, ice cream, you name it. I would never sin ice cream. I would never sin a packet of crisps. I would never sin a bar of chocolate. Because when I'm on plan and I'm eating well, I don't need those things. I'm not judging anybody who does. If you want to use all of your sins on Freddos, it's not going to affect my weight. But I know for me, for my head's sake, using my sins within my meals. I mean, I found some really big fish cakes in Asda, 4 sins each, absolutely delicious. Now, there are other fish cakes out there which are probably less sins, but I wouldn't enjoy them so much because they're not breaded. I like things that are breaded. I like breaded fish fingers, 2 sins each. You know, throw 4 in the Friday light, or Friday night as I call it, for, what was it, 7 minutes? I think, 7 or 8 minutes, and I've got 4 fabulously crispy fish fingers for 8 sins. I don't mind that today, because 8 of my 15 sins, I've still got 7 left for another meal. So I'm really enjoying the plan, but I'm trying to get back to the Jane who did the plan and lost the weight, not the Jane who did the plan and tried to maintain. Because I do find that if I eat my sins, I eat my healthy extras, I eat my free food and some speed food, the weight comes off. and I'm grateful for that today. So it's been a mixed week. We're just about ready to think about going walking, and it's blowing a gale out there and peeing it down. Lovely, but we'll do it. So thanks for watching, and yeah, stay safe and we'll see you next week. Bye.